What's going on, everyone? Welcome to off one. Welcome to the YouTube live. So, if you have any questions, obviously take the time, and I'm gonna go through that live chat. Now, that topic of this video and why did I decided to do this video about 4 reasons and why not to take the CompTIA A+ certification. Why not to do that? And I'm gonna go over a few case studies and people they go and do that, and some other people they decided not to. Okay, that way you can compare, and obviously for you to decide what will be the best thing for you to do. So let's see. If you have a moment, please let me know where you're from, and let me know if you are looking to start your IT career, probably starting that CompTIA certifications, or if you already have a job in IT and you are looking to upgrade that job that you have right now to a higher paying job. Obviously, my main objective is to help you, to really help you, for you to accelerate the process and you getting a high paying job in IT. Now, what's a high paying job in IT? A job that will pay you a lot more, okay? A lot more than $120,000. And that can happen for some people in just few months, maybe a year or two, depending on where you are right now. Or that can happen probably for you in the next 2, no more than 3 years. And that's if you are totally and completely new in IT. Okay. So I see someone is from Canada. Someone is studying the CCNA because I guess they don't want to go on a help desk entry-level position. So I'm going to go and talk about a lot of topics. But let me show you something first, okay? Because I know I get many people that reach out to me saying, Jorge, I don't know why you are, giving advice on people not to get the A+ certification, not because you didn't get it, that means other people, should do the same. I'm like, look, let me show you something. Here, I got my CompTIA A+. I got it. That's the first thing I did. Some of you know my story, right? So when I wanted to get in IT, so obviously I went to the IT community, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. And by the way, I'm a high school dropout, so I don't have the time, and I don't think I can go to college because, once again, I don't have a high school diploma. I don't even have my GT. So obviously there were a few people saying, and I have someone, a teacher, let's say, that told me, look, you can get CompTIA certifications. And for me, it was like, well, let me do that. So you see, that guidance and advice that I got way back was that. But you see, now that's the same thing that the IT community are giving advice on, or basically not just advice, guidance, that's exactly what you need to do. And no, you're not supposed to do that. Don't get CompTIA certifications. Don't do that. Yeah, probably the CompTIA Security Plus, that's good. And once again, I'm going to talk about some case stories, okay? Because if you are about to go through the process, probably for you to study the CompTIA IT Fundamentals, the CompTIA A+, or probably the CompTIA Network Plus, I'm going to ask you for you to stop right now, okay? So 4 reasons on why not to, even though I end up getting my CompTIA A+, okay? Now, let me tell you something, okay? And let me grab my phone, by the way. So way back, again, that's the way I end up getting my entry-level job in IT. And it took a long time for me to get my first job in IT. And that's because I didn't know any better. The things that I was doing was basically based on the advice and guidance that I was getting from the IT community. Well, you need to get your CompTIA A+. Done. What else? Oh, now you need to get your CompTIA Network Plus. Okay, done. What else? Well, you need to get your CompTIA Security Plus. Okay, done. What's next? Well, you need to go to the market and get a job. And I did that. But it was very difficult for me to get the job. And by the way, right now, and I don't know, probably this is you, there are so many people right now, they have not 1, not even 2. They have a few CompTIA certifications and don't have a job in IT. And that's because now there are many people, hundreds, probably thousands of people trying to get a job with CompTIA certifications. So that's a lot of competition. But let me show you something, okay? I'm gonna show you a picture. I found this picture on my computer the other day, okay? That's me. And I was teaching that CompTIA A plus. Let me show you another one. That's me too. I had a small class. I had a small business back then. I'm going back probably 9, maybe 10 years ago. Okay. I was teaching that CompTIA A plus. So now you're probably thinking, okay, Jorge. So you're saying not to get the CompTIA A plus or not to get the CompTIA Never plus or the CompTIA IT fundamentals. But at one point, you end up teaching the CompTIA A plus and the CompTIA Never plus. So what happened? I didn't know any better. That was what happened. I didn't know any better. You know, I went through my IT career. I ended up getting a job. You know, it took almost 1 year, right? And I ended up getting a good job in IT. You know, after 3 years. After 3 years, I ended up getting a job that was paying me about $35 per hour. And for me, that was a lot of money back then because once again, right? My thinking was if I ever get to a job, this is going to pay me $20 an hour. I'm good, you know, because I'm a high school dropout. I'm an immigrant, right? I moved to Chicago from Mexico when I was 15 years old. So I didn't think that much of myself that I will be able to accomplish something in life. You know, my thinking was back then, if I end up getting a job in anything, okay, and just anything, they will pay me about $20 per hour. I'm good. But again, it took 3 years in my IT career for me to get to $35 per hour. So I'm like, and people were asking, so what did you end up doing? I'm like, I end up getting my CompTIA certifications, right? And that's one thing that I was teaching other people on how to do that. But once again, I didn't know any better. You know, moving up in my IT career, you know, learning a few other things and see how the market was. That's when I found out that that's no need for you to get any CompTIA certifications. Okay, now before going in the 4 reasons and why not to, let me tell you 2 stories, okay? 2 case scenarios. So, and I'm gonna go through some of the questions here right now, okay? But let me go on one. So I'm gonna go through my messenger, okay? And I'm gonna show you a student, a comment. And this just happened this week or last week. The end of, I think it was, the end of last week, okay? So I need you to read this, okay? So let me show you that. That's a message that I got from one of my students. Okay, let me go here. Right there. I hope you can see it. Probably not. Come on. It has to focus the camera. Maybe not. Oh, come on. You have to. Oh, there we go. So I'm just going to leave it there for probably a minute. Okay. So it says, thank you, right? But who cares about me? It's about what she was able to accomplish. Okay. Her name is Sarita. Okay. And she's new in IT, like totally new. Okay. Totally new in IT. Obviously, she had a job, nothing to do with IT, but she wanted to move from that job to IT. And she's in the late 40s, early 50s. Okay. And she ended up getting her first job in IT. First job in IT. $75,000 working from home. And it's not fucking not an entry-level job. So how did that happen in just a few months? Once again, she do not has a bachelor's degree related with IT. She was working for so many years and totally did something totally different, nothing with IT, but she wanted to move in IT. So she went through this process with me. And obviously I never advise, teach, guide, oh, you need to get your CompTIA certifications. No, that will be a huge mistake if I will give advice to anyone to do that. So just few months, right? And she ended up being new in IT, a job, a full-time job. I need you to listen to this. A full-time job, $75,000 working from home with benefits. God. So what does that mean? That you can do that too. But you need to stop listening to a lot of people out there. They have no fucking idea. No idea. You know, there are many YouTubers. They're basically giving you advice to take the CompTIA A plus, the CompTIA Never plus. Don't do that. They have no idea. They're giving you advice, guidance that's gonna, instead of helping you, it's gonna hold you back for you to be able to get a high paying job in IT. Because let me tell you something, it matters. It matters a lot. The first job that you get in your IT career, it matters a lot. I got so many students, probably, maybe some of you are inside that coaching program. And let me tell you something, and they can tell you, I never advise anyone to take any CompTIA certifications because I don't want you to get an entry-level job when there are other ways on how to get a good job in IT. And that's obviously one of the reasons. When you focus on CompTIA certifications, when you start your IT career, what happens? You end up probably, if you have any luck, getting an entry-level job. This is gonna pay you probably between, depending on where you live, about 15, 17, maybe $20 per hour. What would you do that? Might as well go back and work at Target. You know, there's some states out there, they pay you like $15 per hour just to be a stock boy, a cashier. Go work there. So what will you go the next 6 months, probably, and you getting CompTIA certifications for you to get an entry-level job? What would you do that? Because someone told you to, or because you have many people in the IT community telling you that's the way? No, it's not the way. It's just not the way. Let me focus my camera here. Okay, there we go. So you have to think about that. Okay, it doesn't matter where you are right now in your IT career. You can really go from that job that you have probably in IT to a better one that's gonna pay you a lot more. Now, if you are new in IT, yes, you can get a good job that it's not an entry-level job. A job that will pay you that 65, 70, 75K. Now, I'm going to go through some of the questions that you have right there, okay? Now, let me give you, I have someone, and I'm not going to mention the name, okay, because I have him as a friend. Don't know how, but he posted on one of the CompTIA groups. He's like, oh, I don't know what to do next. You know, I got my A+, I got my Network+, I got my IT fundamentals, I got another 2 fundamental certifications. And I'm like, and he's asking like what to do next. What like, I don't get that. You do not get high paying jobs by getting a ton of IT certifications. That's one of the worst things you can do. So I ask him, right? And I ask him, and I have that conversation here. Just give me 1 second. Here we go. Because I don't want you to think that I'm just coming out with like, no. I will probably show you the message, okay? But I'm not gonna obviously show you the name because that will be not nice. Okay, I will find it right now. But he's been working, okay, in IT for 2.5 years. 2.5 years on an entry-level job, okay? Earning about $50,000. That's not good. You're saying that you've been working in IT for 2.5 years, earning 50K, and you're trying to look for a job that's gonna pay you probably like another entry-level job because you're looking for what's the next CompTIA certification for you to get. I'm telling you, if you end up doing what most people are doing right now in IT, you're gonna end up being broke. And I don't think you wanna be broke. I think you wanna provide more for yourself and for your family. So why wait for you to get a high-paying job in IT? Why will you do that? Why? Because that beliefs, that's experience that many people end up going through, like myself. Like for so many years in IT, I didn't know any better. But let me tell you something. The good thing that I opened my mind for me to realize there are better ways on how to become a high-paid IT engineer. And for me to really create the life that I wanted. Let me tell you something. IT can give you so many opportunities. And I see many people in IT, they go based and approach their IT career, not based on a career, just based on a job. And that's the reason why there are so many people that are stuck. There are so many people stuck in their IT career. They've been working on that job, on that level in IT for 3, 5, 7 years. They didn't took their IT career seriously. Now, I'm going to go back on the 4 reasons on why not to. 1, because it will get you an entry-level job. That's number 1. Reason number 2, that's going to basically get you to a mindset to follow the trend. If you end up getting your CompTIA A plus, it's gonna basically, what it's gonna do to use for you to follow the trend that most people go through in IT when they start their IT career. What that means is they're gonna end up doing what I did. Let me show you something. There. I ended up going with my A plus. Now I ended up going with my, right there, my, what it says, my Network Plus certification. And then I'm gonna get my CompTIA Security Plus certification. And then I'm like, no. And how long it's gonna take you? 4-6 months? You know, many students that gone through this process with me take about 4-5 months to get a job in IT. God. Now, I'm gonna go through some of the questions that you have here, okay? So I see some of you from USA, Canada, that's good. I'm starting my CCNA, but now, you're probably thinking, okay, Jorge, so, and by the way, you were saying 2 reasons. You said 4 reasons, and you said 2 so far. So 1, A plus, that's gonna get you an entry-level job that's gonna pay you very low. Number 2, you're gonna get to this approach mindset to follow the trend on what will be the next CompTIA certification and the next CompTIA certification. You know, probably you've seen this on social media, right? Like, I just got another CompTIA certification. I'm so proud of myself, you know, and I'm gonna put a picture. I already have 4 CompTIA certifications. No one cares about how many IT certifications you have. No one cares. What you need to care the most is for you to pay the bills on time. Is for you to be able to make, for you to earn more money to provide for yourself and your family. You're not gonna pay the mortgage or the rent on time with your CompTIA certifications. And by the way, going on, because I have some students that are not from USA, and they told me, Jorge, you know, I'm gonna agree with you with CompTIA because they don't ask CompTIA certifications here, and that's from UK and that's from Mexico. They don't look for people. A lot of people don't even know what the hell is a CompTIA certification in UK and in Mexico. So you see, you need to get out of that bubble if you are going through your CompTIA certifications. Now, you're probably saying, because I saw a question, what about the Security Plus? Yes, take it. Go and take the Security Plus. Do that. But only when you already have a job. I see so many people like, oh, now I'm going to go after my Security Plus. Do you have a job in IT? No. So what the hell are you doing? Why are you getting your CompTIA Security Plus? Who told you to do that if you don't have a job? You think someone is going to hire you and any related with security because you have that Security Plus when you don't have nada hands-on? And what would people know? The menu out there, most people memorize the questions. I can get all the CompTIA certifications in a month. I can do that. I can easily do that. You can easily do that. You can memorize all the questions of all the exams. And don't lie, that's what most people do. So when you go through the job interview process, you have no idea on how to answer the questions. And if you do, you end up giving a technical definition. Now, the number 3, I'm getting your CompTIA A plus. Time. That will take you probably about 3-4 months. And the last one, the 4 recent, money. How much it cost? As you know, you have to take 2 exams. Not 1, 2. How much they cost? About $200, $250. So you're gonna end up paying almost $500 just to get your CompTIA A plus. Not good. Okay, not good. Now let me go through some questions because I see many people asking many things. Okay, so let me go through that. So I'm starting my Cisco CCNA. Okay, is how do I get a network admin job? Look, now I need you to listen to something. Okay, not because you have the CCNA that means you're gonna get the job. Okay, right now, and this is something I've been saying for a long time. Right now, there are a lot more people. That means more thousands of people. They end up getting in IT, trying to get a job in IT, going on this career, okay? And what that means, that's a lot more competition. And guess what? There are many people out there, they have the CCNA, but don't have a job. Why? Because let me ask you something, okay? You end up getting the CCNA. Jorge, I got my CCNA. I didn't took that CompTIA certification, so I did what you said. I end up getting my CCNA. Okay, so let me now come up to you and ask you, how are you gonna differentiate yourself from everyone else that got the CCNA? How are you gonna differentiate yourself with the other 20, 30 people, candidates, they are going after the same job that you want? How? They all have the CCNA. Maybe some of them have some hands-on, some experience, and you don't. So how are you going to get the job? You see, so it's not about the CCNA. It's not about the IT certifications. So the way that you get your CCNA, it matters. What you do after you get the CCNA, that's exactly what gets you the job or not. Imagine, right? Me going back on this testimonial, right? Case study, Sarita. Imagine me saying, Sarita, let me just teach you the CCNA. Let's focus on that, okay? Oh, you got your CCNA? That's good. Now go and get a job. You think she end up getting a $75,000 full-time job just because she got the CCNA? Of course not. Of course not. There are more to that. Okay, now let me go through the questions. All studying already have trifecta, taking CCNA. Now, this is, if you're still here with me, all the one they have that 3 CompTIA certifications, please let me know if you have a job right now. And be honest. Please let me know now that you have the A+, Network Plus, and Security Plus. Let me know if you have a job in IT right now, because it seems now you're studying for the CCNA. Please let me know, okay? Now, starting my CCNA, no, I already went through that question. A+ is an excellent entry-level certification for someone with 0 experience. It's a certification for people with... No, it's not. Imagine if I listen to this guy, and I have nothing against you, okay? But no, I will not... Here we go again, right? Imagine someone, let's say me. I have kids, and I have a lot of kids, right? I have a family. So just imagine, right? Me asking this guy, I want to get in IT. Oh, you need to get your A+ because you have no knowledge in IT. You think that I'm going to be able to provide to my family with an entry-level job certification? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, really, are you fucking kidding me? Like, don't go with the conventional things that people say. If not, you're going to end up being broke. God. So, no, I do not agree with you at all. Okay? Now, this guy says that I charge $2,000 for the coaching program. Now, obviously, if that's something that's too much for someone, again, right? Imagine how much the benefit for Sarita or many other students that end up, some of them getting their entry-level job, their first job in IT, not an entry-level job, and the ones that were upgrade, right? It really all depends on how much that is for you, right? So here we go again. What about the Security Plus? So the same thing. Some of my students went after the Security Plus, but that's because some of them have clearance, okay? Or because the job asked them to do that. But that's not because, oh, I'm just going to go and get it. No. If that's no need for it, don't get it, because there are better IT certifications that will give you a lot more opportunities. Now, once again, the answer, it's not just an IT certifications. It's just not. Okay? So, no. Hey, I went to community college studying computer and science, and then I transferred to a 4-degree college, and there I got my CompTIA. Oh my God, Diego, if you're here, man, oh my God, you don't do that. Let me tell you another story, okay? So this guy reached out to, and he's like, Jorge, I wish I found you before. And I'm like, why? because I have $80,000 on student loans. And, like you said on one of your videos, I end up getting an entry level job. And this entry level job is paying me $48,000. And yeah, I have $80,000 of student loans. And I've been studying this for about 4 years. And yes, I end up getting my entry level job. I've been on this job for almost 1 year. So just imagine that, right? People going through college, right? And paying like thousands of dollars for you to get an entry level job or even an okay job. Like, no, there are better ways to do that. There are better ways to do that. Now, what was your position for the second job where you made the $35 an hour? I was a network admin, and Luis, I'm going way back. Okay, probably like 10 years ago. So Diego Hernandez, the same thing, short-term contract, offers $15 per hour, landing in an AT&T. What should I do? Diego, I mean, come on. You need to reach out to me, man. That's not good. That's not good, man. $15 might as well go work at Walgreens, right? I know people may say, oh, you need to get the hands-on. No, don't listen to those people. You need to get the CompTIA A Plus. What you need to do, you need to run away. You need to run away, okay? And once again, because I know that I see more people joining right now, I'm going to show this one more time, okay? Because I need to make sure that you really get this. So right there, right, you see, right there, you see some motherboards, right? Yes, and I know all about the motherboard, Southbridge, Northbridge, about the RAM, the like all this BS, right? Again, I was teaching the A plus. I was doing that, but because I didn't know any better. I already had a good job in IT. I ended up doing some training. I ended up teaching CompTIA A plus. But once again, I didn't know any better. I didn't know any better. But that's the reason why I do not advise any people. I don't care if you're totally new. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay. So Diego, one thing that I will tell you is this, and this is something for you to think about. Okay. I have another student. His name is Juan, and totally new in IT. I'm like, Jorge, I'm reaching out to you because I was thinking going to college, and decided not to. I decided to just reach out to you, have a conversation with you, and I'm like, look, it takes 4 or 5 months if you do everything I ask you to. And yes, some of it is getting your Cisco CCNA the right way. The right way. Okay. What does that mean? That if you end up answering a question, right, related to the CCNA based on a technical definition, you end up learning the topics the wrong way. And that's not going to help you for you to get the job. Okay. Now, if you end up doing that and everything else I ask you to, it will take 4 or 5 months to get your first job in IT. And he took not 4 months, not 5 months. He took about 6 months, but he did it. He was able to get first job in IT, $34 per hour. $34 per hour. Now you're probably saying this is BS. I don't think that can really happen. Well, I can probably have the text here, because I don't want you to. This guy can probably say so many things. Let me see if I can go all the way back. There. That's one. You can reach out to him. Come on. There we go. That's the name right there. You can reach out to him. He can give you some points. He went from $34 to $40 per hour. And again, first job in IT, $34 per hour. A few months later, $40 per hour. Don't have a bachelor's degree, don't have any CompTIA bullshit. And he was new in IT. So again, don't listen to those people that are asking. It's easy for me to come up, right, and do some YouTube videos saying, get your CompTIA A plus. That way, you're going to be like, whoa, I like him, because he's saying what everyone is saying, CompTIA. And then I can make more videos about CompTIA certification. But why would I do that if I know that's going to hold you back? Imagine, again, I know probably some of you have a family. Earning $15 per hour, $20 per hour, it's not enough. Not even $25 per hour. Reach out to some of my students, right? And I have a saying, okay, that goes like this. If you are not not you and your significant other. No, you individually, you. If you're not earning $120,000, you're broke. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you are. Okay. Now you're probably thinking, "Oh shit, man! Like, don't come to me like that." I have to tell you how it is. I have to tell you how it is. That way you can realize that where you are right now, probably that's not where you want to be. There are better ways. Better ways. You know, there we go through growth stages, right? And for you, what got you where you are right now, it's not gonna take you where you want to be. And that's what I need you to think. And what I need you from you right now is for you to look at me and be like, if this guy, broken English, because my English is so broken, right? Broken English, don't even have a GD, you know, an immigrant, and he's probably earning more than me. Hell no. Like, hell no. I'm not gonna allow that to happen. That's what I want you that you take out of this video. Because obviously I want you to succeed. I want you for you to have a high paying job. That way you can provide to your family options, experiences that you probably cannot do right now because you have a low paying job. Oh, Jorge, I don't have a low paying job. I'm earning $80,000. No, that's a low paying job. That's just mindset. That's a low paying job. Oh, you know, Jorge, I'm about $90,000. That's an okay job. It's not a good job. It's an okay job. When you earn more than 120, okay, now we're talking. Okay, now that's something that you can provide more for your family. Okay. Good for her. Now some environment has hired someone with limited skills and will have to escalate a majority of her tickets. You know, Herb, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have to block you, man, because if you keep giving advice to people with the CompTIA certifications, man, you know, like, that's not good, man. That's not good. You're not open. You're totally closed mind. And thank God that I never listened to someone like you in my last few years. You know, and this is the other thing that I ask everyone to think about. Okay, question everything that I'm saying to you. Question it. I always question people. And the only time that I take advice from someone, the only time that I take advice, and I do take advice, I have my own mentors. You know, I look up to a few people, but I do that. Why? Because they have what I don't have. They have the income that I'm trying to get to. They have the life that I want to have, the lifestyle. If they have that, listen to them. If they're in the same boat as you, run the other way. So now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to right click and I'm going to put, yeah, gone. That guy is gone. We do not need that type of people in this community. Now, Jorge wants you to get the CCNA. 50 for an entry-level job is good. No, it's not good. It's okay. An entry-level job in IT earning $50,000, it's not bad. It's okay, but it's not good. It's not good. You know, I tell everyone, right, inside my circle, my students, the mindset is between 60 to 75K. And that's depending on where you live, that location, right? Like someone the other day to reach out to me, well, not the other day, a few weeks ago. You know, Jorge, I don't know what to do. You know, I had a good job. I'm like, wait, what's a good job? Well, I'm a desktop support. I'm like, okay. How long you been doing that? For about 3 years. Okay. And that's your first job in IT? Oh, no. I used to have a help desk job. And let me tell you, I move up. I'm like, no. You didn't move up. I'm sorry, but you didn't move up. You moved sideways. That's not good. No, but you know, I was earning $19 an hour. Okay, so how much are you earning right now? 24. I end up doing $5 more. And I'm like, $24 per hour. Where you live? New York. Yeah, that's more like probably $12, $13 in other state. So no, that's not a good income. And you didn't move up. You moved sideways. You see, that mindset has to shift. And if you don't do that, you're gonna keep continually doing things you're not supposed to do. Okay? Okay. So let's, I see many comments. Joseph, you're making a lot of sense, Jorge. Thank you so much. No te blah 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 apply 200. Okay. Oh my God. Not here. This guy says the same guy, Diego. I applied to 200 jobs and I haven't got any job offers above $18 an hour. Let me tell you one thing, Diego. It's time for you to realize that you're not alone. They're not just a few. There are hundreds of people. You see, everyone wants to look good in social media. Everyone wants to look good in social media. Okay, let's say I end up getting a book, right? I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post that book because I just got it from Amazon. Okay, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna learn my CompTIA Never Plus, and then you post it and you see the likes and you feel good about it, but you don't go through the book. You are just buying short pleasure. You're just lying to yourself. That's what most people do, right? So again, you are not alone. People, they're not gonna go on social media and say, hey, I ended up doing what everyone would tell me to do in IT, but I still, end up applying to 100 jobs and I don't have that job that everyone promised or said that I will get. No one does that in social media. In social media, it's all good, right? Because they don't want, no, it's time to get more real. The good thing that you're listening to me right now, and that's for you to finally be like, you know what? Probably I got misinformed. It's not too late. You can still do things right. Some of you, they've been following me. I'm gonna tell you that one of the number one success story inside my circle, okay, with this student. He's the most successful. I have a lot of them, but the one that's on top, it took, and I need you to, all of you, listen to this. Why? Because this is not for me to brag or for him, but for you to think, if that's possible for that guy, it can be possible for me. 2.5 years. So there is this guy named Jeremy, 2.5 years, 2.5 guys, earning $150,000. You have someone with no background in IT at all. No background, no bachelor's degree, no IT certifications, zero. And he ended up getting $150K job. Not too long ago, senior network architect. 2.5 years ago. I mean, it took 2.5 years, my bad. It took 2.5 years to get there. 150K. 150K. 2.5 years. So when someone is barely going through college, this guy's already earning what probably a master degree will get you. And maybe. Obviously, he not got the job right away. Oh, no. He ended up going through a process, getting his first job, the second one, the third one, and boom. I'm telling you. So now, let's see another. You have questions. This is the time for you to ask. I see many questions. So if I don't get your question, please ask once again. Okay. Jonathan, I'm not going to gel no more. Okay. I'm just going to be more quiet because I know you're like, man, you're like, I'm passionate about this. I really want. So Jeremy Baker, he's saying, hey, IT support Google. You see, this is what people, Coursera or this company, whatever, provides the Google IT help desk something certification for free, right? The training, the Google IT support right there, the Google IT support. They offer that for free. Free, that means, okay, let's get it. What will you do that? For you to get an entry-level job, here we go again. I'm doing things that you're not supposed to. Now, did you know why Google ended up providing an entry-level certification? Because they want some of the market for cloud, obviously. So they have to provide something entry-level. And obviously they have that marketing advertisement. Hey, that's a good certification. No, it's not. It's just like the A+. Okay. Let's continue. I'm studying for my CompTIA applied right now. Rick, stop doing that, man. Stop. No CompTIA, please. Don't CompTIA. Uh, how often do you spend your time in a server room as a network engineer? Do you need hearing protection? I mean, come on, there are better questions to ask, guys. I really want to help you. I don't want to just get into like the data center and those things. I'm in IT and I have no CompTIA. Get your MCSA. No, that's not a way to do that. No, you don't do that. And get your CCNT. No, as you probably, Mimo are gonna eat you alive because Danny, that CCNT it's no longer available, man. So yeah. Okay. What should I do when do start IT? I have started plus and have no degree. Mark Willer, please stop doing CCNA. Please, I mean A plus. Stop A plus. Stop A plus. Okay. I know, man. Luis, that's so true, man. They just get me like with the CompTIA certifications. One thing that I will tell you guys is this: it's time for all of you still listening to question your story. There is a story right now that you believe that goes through your mind and how to get to the next level and how to take your life, not just your IT career, your life to the next level. How can you do that? Let me tell you something right now. And this is not something that because I'm really smart or because I'm genius. No, I reach out to the right people. My mentor told me, Jorge, the only way for you to get what you want out of life is for you to reach out to people that have what you want. And then that way you're going to discover who is a person that you need to become in order for you to get there. And that's the moment that you can reverse engineer the process. And that's now all up to you for you to become that person. That way you end up getting the life, the income, the lifestyle that you want. Me going back once again about 10 years ago, I didn't have what I have right now, the opportunities, the income, and everything else. And this is something that I have here in the back because I'm not up to IT certifications. I know many people go based on, oh, let me have my wall of IT certifications. I ended up getting my CCNP last year, okay? About a year ago. And I never went online because as you probably know, if you already got a Cisco certification, you have to go online and you have to basically not order, but like submit for them to send you that certification. And I still haven't got it because I didn't do that, because I didn't care about having that piece of paper. What I care the most is what I have here. That's what inspires me to do the work, to go after a better life, not just for myself, but for my family. So that's probably something that I will ask you to do, this weekend. Take some pictures and put them like right there by, and all of them here, that's based on experiences that I was able to take on my family. They're going back probably 17 years ago. I wouldn't be able to imagine that I can afford, to take my girlfriend and my 4 kids. It's expensive when you have 4 kids, by the way. Okay. And be able to provide a better life for them and help my mom. And I know many of you are probably in IT because of that, because you want to provide to your family a lot more. And if you want to do that, why wait? Here we go again. Like, why wait? Jorge, I have a friend, works in IT. He earns about 100K, and he went through all this process. I'm like, I get it. He probably has a good job right now. Not a great job, just a good job, 100K. How long it took for him to earn 100K? I know him, and I know he's been working on that field in IT for more than 10 years. Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you want to take 10 fucking years for you to probably now be able to experience more out of life? Do you want to do that? Or you want to focus on the things that will matter the most in order for you to get to the destination that you want to get to, the income, the lifestyle that you want? And you can do that regardless of where you are right now in the next 2, no more than 3 fucking years. 3. And that's when you're earning a job that will pay you a lot more than $120,000. A lot more. I don't care where you are. If you're freaking new. Okay, here we go again. Let's go through some questions. I never seen high-paying jobs requiring A plus. Jorge, what strategy can I use to volunteer and get experience while I get a CCNA? No, Mister, you do not. Oh my God, I don't know who told you you need to volunteer. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't volunteer to do a work. You don't do that. There are other ways. Did someone tell you? Okay, I don't have my books here. Okay, I'm gonna give you some advice. I know many of you will do this, and many of you don't, and that's fine. And this is the advice that I give a few people. Jorge, I got the CCNA. What's next? Get this fucking book. Should I go and get my Azure certification, AWS, Linux, my CompTIA? Like, why would you do that? Who told you that you need to get a ton of IT certifications? Who told you that lie? You know, there's this guy on YouTube, a short guy, right? And he just go based on, oh, this is what you need to learn right now. Let me teach you a few things about it. And then next week, he teach another thing. Now, this guy has you all over the fucking place. There is not a clear vision on what to do. So you're going to end up like many people being all over the place. Yes, I know some of Python, Kubernetes, AWS, Azure. I know Linux too. I know PowerShell. I know this, and that, but you don't have a high-paying job. And you will not get it. And you will not get it. It's just that simple. You will not get it if you keep doing that. This is the time for you to be okay. This is where I'm at right now, like right here. This is my reality. I'm broke. I haven't paid the bills on time. I have to rely on this freaking check from the government. You know, last night, let me tell you something here between you and me, guys. There's so many people praying to get the paycheck or the check or whatever they give you, the stimulus check, right? And me thinking like, man, I know a few people, they're going to get a ton of money. Not me, because I don't qualify. But, you know, I'm thinking like, that's good that I'm not qualified. That means life is going well for me. Life is going well for me. If you're relying on a stimulus check, it's fucked up. It's time for you to see the reality that you have right now, for you to see a better life for you by the end of this year, 2021, and be what's going to allow me for me to get there. Oh, I need to get that certification. Here we go again. You don't know. Everything starts from inside out. So what that means, you need to become someone that you are not right now. You need to let go of many habits that you have. You need to adapt new habits. You need to completely change the way that you think, the way that you approach your life, your IT career, that reality that you see through your eyes. But you see, no one teach you that in IT. The only thing they teach you, this guy, is one topic and the next topic and the next topic. Well, like, no. You see, with me, I'm all about creating a lifestyle. For me, it's all about, and my students help you to create a lifestyle through IT, because IT can give you so many opportunities if you take advantage of them. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. I'm going to do this one thing, guys. If you have questions, I'm going to be here another 10 minutes because I have a call with my students, because I always try. If any of you, if you decide, I'm putting right there, if you decide you want my help, okay? If you want my help, that's a link that you can look into, okay? For you to join to that coaching program. That's when I'm holding you accountable. Like these conversations that I'm having with you, they are the weekly conversations that I have with my students, and that's something that I do on one-on-one with you, because I don't want to see you fail. I don't want to see you fail. So if you really want to take your IT career, your life to the next level, I know I can help you with that. But you need to be open-minded, because my approach on how to get a high-paying job in IT, it's not how the way that most people go through it. You see, the IT community, a lot of it, it's so fucked up. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you the reality of it, right? Udemy courses. How much? How much are the Udemy courses? $10? $5? Does that will get you the life that you want? Does that will give you that life that you want? The value needed for you to become what's needed in the market? Probably not. So here we go again, right? One thing I'm gonna ask you, so I can end this call is of this video, is don't get CompTIA certifications. Please don't do that. That's one of the worst things that you can do. Don't do that. Okay. If you are totally new in IT, yes, study. Study the network plus. Study the content. Let me repeat myself. Study the content, but do not get certified. Do not pay money. Okay. Do not pay money to CompTIA to get that certification because you don't need it. If you're new in IT, that's fine. Go through the network plus content, study the topics. Once you know the topics, you move on to the CCNA. Okay. Now, one thing that I'm going to tell you, and I hope you listened, the way that you study the topics matter. The way that you learn information matters. The way that you process information matters. Because if you cannot communicate, if you cannot present, if you cannot educate, if you cannot story tell yourself through the job interview process, you will not get a fucking job. Facts. Those are facts. That's true. Okay? Now, Caballero says once, no one cares if you have the CompTIA cert. Whew, that's true. I need your help for sure. Don't care, be fool. Dan, share. Don't be fool. You will not only learn about technical. You will learn who's done. Let's see. Let me go back here. Dan, let's see here. Boom, boom. This information. Look, if you want to take it like information, you can go to another channel, Dan Sarah. I'm trying to inspire people too, and I give a lot of points here on what to do, what not to do. I'm telling you on what to do, what not to do. You know, one thing obviously that I will say is this: get this book, regardless of what you do. Get this book. Don't read the book, okay? Listen to me. Don't read the book. Study the book. Number one, and I hope you get this. Number two, study what's between the lines, what they say between the lines. Because if you don't see the psychology behind it, you will not be able to connect this with what you know or what you are learning, the technical content out of it. Okay. Now, the last thing I'm going to say is this. There are people out there, they give you or can give you valuable information. But I'm going to tell you this one thing. If you're going to take any advice from someone in IT, okay, this is what you need to look for, because it's easy for anyone to give him their take on it, okay? Look at their results. That's it. Look at their results. What's the job they have? The way they carry themselves, how much they earn, like really. And most of all, the life they have going on for themselves. You know, because you can probably have someone giving you some advice that, yes, probably is a network engineer. That maybe is working there for the last probably 10, 15 years. Not probably earning more than 120K. And probably you look at him, her, and, you know, they're not that sharp. You see, they don't take care of themselves. And that means when they don't take care of themselves, they don't care that much about what's going on in their life. So probably back home, it's not that great. They're not that happy. You see, you need to look at all areas. If I'm going to take advice from anyone, I look at that. You have a better income than me. That's great. But let me look behind that. Are you happy? How you carry yourself? How you go through life? The values that you have, the beliefs, your philosophy. If that's something that, yes, I totally agree with that, let's go. If not, like, no, I will not take any advice from this person. So do that, because once again, it's easy for someone to give you any advice. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see here. System text I just started a few months ago. Alex, thank you guys. I have to go, guys. It's 8:55. I have another call with night students. I probably do this again next week. I'm gonna talk about some other topics, and I'm gonna probably, yes, tell you, a few ways on how to answer technical questions for those of you that are about to go through the job interview process. Because if you have no idea on how to do that, again, right, it will be difficult for you to get the job. Now, just to answer really quick, I see a comment. Okay, certifications. Certifications help, yes, for people to reach out to you. Right? The problem here is that people don't know why they're getting IT certifications. What that means, they go one certification after the next one, and then after the next one. Easy. I will tell you this. Someone come up to me and says, Jorge, what's after the CCNA? Let me give you some good advice, okay? Related to IT certification. And I'm like, well, go out there in the market and let me know what you find. What will be next? Well, some people say, after the CCNA, go after the CCNP. Okay. But, some other people say, after you get your CCNA, learn Python. But then I have someone else saying that I have to learn cloud. And I'm like, what type of cloud? Do you want to go with like the Google or platform, or with the AWS or sure? Well, I don't know. They just said cloud. Okay. What else? Well, some other people say I have to learn Linux. I'm like, okay. So now you're more confused than before, right? Imagine that you follow the advice of that guy, that CCMP, and you go on doing that. Or imagine that you follow the advice from that other guy. You see how people are giving you advice and they have no fucking idea where you are in your personal life, in your IT career. Again, it's easy for them to give you advice. Now you probably say, so what would you recommend, Jorge? What would you say? Well, it goes based on where you are and based on where you're trying to get and where you live. Because let's say me, if I'm going to go after this job, let's say that I'm a network admin, okay? And I want to go to a network engineer position. And I'm like, okay, I see here in Chicago, there are more companies looking for cloud focus in Azure. So that means I'm going to tell everyone else that. Like, no, because probably someone in after the CCNA, based on the market, it will be a lot better for them to, cloud, but AWS. Or maybe for them to go after, DevOps, if they want to focus on DevOps, again, it all depends. It all depends. But people don't tell you that. That's the reason why don't just take advice from anyone. For someone that is beginner in IT and in Chicago, Jason Flores, one thing I will say, man, if you're serious, because, many people want a better job, many people want more income, a better life, but they don't do anything about it. If you're serious, man, that's the link, Jason. Reach out to me through there. I live in Chicago. We can probably meet up. I don't waste my time. I only focus on with people that want to make a difference, because I believe that's my main thing. It's all about results. Let's focus and get you results. Let's narrow that vision on you, not what someone else. No, what do you need in the next 4 or 5 months related to 1, 2 IT certifications and the high-paid skills that you need to focus on? Not someone else. No, you. Based on where you are right now in your life, in your IT career. And that can be that you probably knew, or that can be probably that you've been working in IT for a few months, years, and now that you have a job, but you want to move up, right? It's all focused on that. It's all focused on that. So yeah, so I have to go, guys. I have to go. I really have to go. It's 9 already, so I need to sign out. I need to join my coaching group. But once again, guys, get this book. Don't read it. Don't read it. Study it. That will be a lot better than going after the next certification. Okay? So everyone have a good night. If you have any other questions, make sure you leave it in the comments and I will go through them, answer your questions. But I really have to go out, okay? Jason, please do. Again, probably you join that call later, but don't stop with the A plus. Stop with the A plus. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Like don't do that. I know probably the company CompTIA is gonna hate me for it, for me saying, but don't get CompTIA certifications. You are totally wasting your time. Marcel Grind, no, A plus is not okay. Not okay at all. Not okay at all. If I come up to you, really quick, okay? If I come up to you right now, or you come up to me and you say, Jorge, I want to start my IT career. Okay. I'm like, okay, so have you done any research? Yes. Okay. So what's the research that you have done? Well, then I need to get my CompTIA certifications. Okay, that's one way on how you can start your IT career, and that will work, for you to get an entry level job. But well, you want to get an entry level job that's gonna pay you 17, 20, maybe $22 an hour, or you want to get a job in the same amount of time, a job that will pay you the 65, 75K, and not an entry-level job. That way you can move up more quick in your IT career. Obviously, right? Obviously. Well, that job is going to pay me a lot more, and it's going to allow me for me to move up quick in my IT career. But you see, no one tells you that. No one tells you that. And you don't question it. I'm going to end this by saying this, okay? I'm going to say this, but I'm going to end this by saying this. This is something that I've been saying along. Don't be the monkey. Don't be the monkey. What monkeys do is monkey see, monkey do, and then monkey teach what advise other people to do the same. And that monkey never questioned if that was the right thing for them to do. So that's the reason don't do that. Before even me, really question everything I tell you. And I really hope everything that I said today make you think, because I really wish, I swear to God, I really wish I had someone telling me what I told you on this call, everything that I told you on this call when I was going through my IT career. Because I will be honest, and this is on my life, my kids, I'm telling you, everything that I accomplished in the last 13 years, been working in IT, the last 13 years, 14, I couldn't got done it in 3. So all these 13, 14 years, now that I know better, I can go back, and now that I know what to do, it will take me 3 years to have the same results that I have right now. I wish I had someone, but I didn't. So I really hope you take this to heart. Okay. Alex says, should I go after the Netball Plus? No. God, with the CompTIA certifications. Jesus. Okay. Bye, guys. Talk to you soon.